Hi guys, and welcome back to Herb and Kathy RV on YouTube. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about keeping your water lines nice and warm so that they don't freeze. We're in East Texas right now, and they say it's going to be getting down into the 20s at night over the next few days. We've got a couple of Accurite brand temperature sensors that we use around the coach. We use one in the basement to measure the outside temperature, and then we put another sensor in the refrigerator, and I did another video on this earlier. It's one of these little battery temperature sensors, and we keep one in the fridge and one down in the basement. And then the panel, this panel up here, shows the outside temperature at 42 degrees right now, and the inside temperature at 73. I think the refrigerator one, the one that we use for the fridge, is defective because usually the fridge is about 36 to 38 degrees and it's running about 50 right now. I have the sensor out. That's the sensor that I just showed you, this guy here, and just put new batteries in it, and it's still reading 50 degrees. So I'm waiting to see if this little red light blinks. That'll tell me whether the batteries are any good. We've actually got to get some more AA batteries. But right now we're going to head outside. I'm going to show you what we do, what I do in order to keep the freshwater tank and the gray and black water tanks warm, and also to keep the freshwater coming in from city water. So let's head outside. It's been about 50 degrees here in East Texas the last few days, but it's supposed to get down into the 20s. So I wanted to come out and put on the heated hose so that we make sure that our freshwater line doesn't freeze during the night, and also wanted to show you one other little trick that we use. Let's open up this basement compartment. And inside this compartment, we've got hanging there a 60-watt light bulb, and the electric cord for that light bulb goes down through where the freshwater hose goes, and then down below to this little device, which if I can reach it and grab it here, is actually a thermostat and a thermo-cube. And this little guy turns on at, I think, about 35 to 38 degrees, and then turns off at about 45 degrees. So it's 50 right now, and so the light bulb is not on. But if it gets cold enough later tonight or tomorrow night, that light bulb comes on, and it will provide enough heat in that basement compartment so that the gray tank and the black tank, which is what you're looking at up in there, will not freeze. In addition, there is a vent from the furnace. I don't know if we can see it or not. Back up in there, there's a vent, a duct. If you can see the hose, and that duct from the furnace, when we're running the propane furnace, it fires and sends warm air down into this compartment. Okay, so what we have here is about 10 feet of white water supply hose, and taped to that hose is a section of heat tape. I think it's about 8 or 10 feet as well, and it has a thermostat on it. So we're going to plug this in to the electrical supply, and when it gets cold enough to a predetermined temperature, the heat tape will turn on, and it'll keep that hose nice and toasty warm. I'm hoping that it's long enough to go to our water supply, but I'm not so sure about that. We'll see. I'll give it a try and we'll see. Stand by for more. Okay, this hose is not going to be long enough. 2 feet short. And I think what I'm going to do is take the other hose, and instead of having it coiled up on the ground outside, I'll coil it up inside the bay, and then it will just have a foot or so outside connecting to this one. So we'll have the majority of the other hose inside, and the connection will be out here, and I can get some more pipe insulation, hose insulation, to put over that foot or two of piping, of hose. Okay, so I'm going to have to use one of these devices, multiple plug, 3-way plug, so that I can plug in both the heat tape for the hose and the light bulb wire feeding the light bulb in the compartment. Okay, so we'll do that right now. Okay, so we'll take this guy and plug him in here. Now this green cord is coming from, it goes underneath the coach, and it's coming from the other side of the coach. Let's tip this up just a little bit. It's coming from the other side of the coach where I've got a 110 volt outlet over there. And then I'm going to plug in the heat tape. Okay, so that now it has its own thermostat, the heat tape does, and it's going to come on whenever it gets below, I forget if it's 35 or 40 degrees, that heat tape will come on. I might get another piece of pipe insulation and put actually over this one as well, and bring it up a little higher on this section here. And then we're going to bring in this cord, and this cord is the one that feeds the light bulb. Okay, so now that's there. Okay, so it's not the neatest installation in the world, but if I put a few zip ties along there tying everything together, I'll get a couple more feet of pipe insulation to go on here, and I'll just hope that that we don't have any problem. So I think between the light bulb inside, which will come on automatically, and when we run the propane furnace, that duct inside there, I think you might be able to see it back in there. See a round open hose? Okay, that comes from the propane furnace, and it'll heat not only this compartment but the compartment next door as well. This is the gray water tank to the left up in there, and the black water tank straight ahead. Okay, and as you can see, there's a dividing wall down here, but it's open up above so the warm air can go back and forth. So that will be our winterization project to keep our water lines from freezing and keep us safe and warm. So okay, and now we are ready for Old Man Winter. We've got the piping insulation on the water hose. We've got the light bulb hooked up with the thermostat, and of course we've got the propane furnace. So let's take a look here and see the final installation. It doesn't look beautiful, but it will certainly do the job. The green cord is the power coming in, and the orange cord, there's two of them. One goes to the heat tape, which is inside that foam pipe insulation, and the other one goes to that little thermostat that I showed you earlier that goes up to the light bulb inside the wet bay. So we're all set and ready for when it gets down into the 20-degree range here over the next couple of days, couple of evenings. So I want to thank you once again for visiting Herb and Kathy RV on YouTube. Please make sure to subscribe, that button down in the lower left corner here, and hit the like button, thumbs up. That would be appreciated. And check out our other videos and our other blog posts on herbandcathy.com. So for now, so long, take care, have fun, and travel safe. Bye-bye.